Good morning. It is Thursday, May 18th. We are on the way to school. Today is my wonderful A+ helper's last day, and she won't be back next year because she's going to try to get into an art room because she's interested in possibly teaching art. So we probably won't get to see her all the time like we have been. She's been wonderful. I've got donuts so we can have a little party for her before she goes, so that'll be fun today. I'm going to finish up testing so I can get grade cards done. That's not going to be so fun, but it won't take too long, hopefully. And then maybe, just maybe, after all that, we can just start having some fun together before the end, because we only have Friday, Monday, and a half day Tuesday, and we are done with first grade for the year. Ooh. And then I have a lot of cleaning to do. So I will chat with you later when I get to school and let you know how things are going. See you later. Hi. It's been a very crazy, busy morning. I hope that I finished all of the retesting for the year. I'm so happy to be able to say that. I need to double check and make sure I didn't miss something, because it's possible, but I don't think so. And my kids are at recess, which is good because they need to run around and be crazy and loud, because I've had to shush them all day, and I feel terrible for doing that, but you can't test and be loud. So that's how that was. They're working on their memory books right now, and they're very excited because there are all kinds of cool things that they get to write about, and it's really fun to see how much they've grown over the year and their favorite things and the things that they remember that I've forgotten about. I've showed you some of the things around outside my classroom that we've displayed. Those will be going home in a big writing portfolio, and I'll try to remember to vlog that too so you can see it. But it's getting exciting, and we have really one regular day left. That's tomorrow and Friday, and then Monday is our sports day, so half of the day will be spent at the high school field doing sporting events like hurdling and races and things like that, and then we'll have lunch outside like a picnic style, and then the afternoon we can do whatever we want to do. So I'll try to throw some fun activities in there, and then Tuesday's a half day, and we'll say goodbye to our little first graders and send them off to second grade and wish them well. So we'll see how that goes, and I will talk to you later in the day. See you later. Hi friends. I just took my kids to music, and unfortunately I had to have 3 boys go apologize to the art teacher for their less than stellar behavior yesterday when she was gone, and they had a sub. They chose to take some things from the art room and keep them in their pockets, and then not be honest with me about where they came from. And so when the rest of the class was using their iPads yesterday, they got the opportunity to write an apology to the teacher, and I took them to give the apology to the teacher in person and to read it to her and to discuss why what they did was not a good choice and not responsible and not honest. And then I took them to music, and now I'm back in my classroom. It's the afternoon, and the next thing we're going to do when they come back is iPads, and I've told them they can have free choice. They can choose which app they want to work on. So they can do Chatterpix, or they can do PBS Kids or Prodigy, or any number of other apps on their iPads that they know how to use. They've worked really hard today and yesterday getting all of their testing done. I know it was really pushing it to get all of that testing in, but we got it all done. Yay! Now I get to grade it all, but it's not going to be too bad. It's just like 4 or 5 different tests, so it shouldn't be too bad. Get that done, and then my grade card should be finished, except for attendance, which won't take much. And then this evening is graduation. Thankfully, I don't have to attend that yet. My daughter has 2 more years before she graduates, so I'm looking forward to that, but also a little bit sad that the time is flying so quickly. I was going to tell you one more thing, but I don't remember what it was now. I remembered what I was going to tell you. This morning, I think I mentioned it in the beginning. It was my A+ helper's last day today. She is a junior, and so we have them come over, and they do get to do things with the kids, help tutor them and do things with them. It was her last day today, so we had a little donut going away party, and we sang her a little song, and all the kids gave her little hugs, and they were sad, and she was sad. But it was a good day, a fun little break in our testing this morning, so that was kind of neat. And I'll see her around sometimes. She's wanting to do something with art next year, so we probably won't see her in our building. I think she's going to go to the upper elementary or possibly the middle school, so she can be with a little bit older kid and do more art mediums, more choices. In our building, we don't probably do quite as many mediums as they would in a higher level building because of the kids' ability level, but that will be good for her. I wish her well. She was wonderful, and we enjoyed her every time she was here. Hopefully I'll get another wonderful A+ helper next year. If you don't have that program in your school, oh, it is so cool. And if there's some way for you to get that started, I highly recommend it. The students that are in the A+ program actually get money for college that they can use for completing the program. And they just get to work with kids. They're trained a little bit on how to work with kids, and then you can specify when they come to you what you'd like them to do each day, or maybe you have a special routine you'd like them to follow. I just kind of put her where she was needed the most each time that she came. So it was wonderful to have another adult type person in the room, and the kids loved her, had a great time with her, and she was very good with them. I started taking stuff down off the walls today, which made me a little sad, but you have to send their art home with them. We're going to put them in our big writing portfolios, as I mentioned earlier. I have all of the things on the walls inside the classroom still to take down, which shouldn't take much. It always amazes me how much time it takes to put it all up, because you have to tape, 4 or 5 pieces on the back of each paper. When you pull it down, it's just whoosh, and that one's done. So it's a lot faster coming down than it is going up. So that will be cool to see all of their faces when they look at all the projects that I've saved back for them through the year. I try to save at least one really nice published piece that they've written, or a cool project that they've made to go with the writing piece to represent each month of school, so they have a memory. Because a lot of times I've learned that when you send them home as you finish them, the parents don't always keep them, or they don't always make it home safely. They get torn up or ripped or broken or lost on the bus floor or flown out the window, because they do crazy stuff on the bus. I admire those bus drivers. So that's what I'm planning to do this afternoon, is to take things off the walls inside the classroom and kind of put them in little stacks. And then we will probably have a portfolio party where I will have the kids come up and get their paper from each thing and stack them up in their papers to take home, and I'll tie it closed. Also, tomorrow is Friday. Excuse me. I have talked so much today with all these tests I've given. I'm losing my voice. Tomorrow, Friday, we will have, I was calling it Super Fun Friday, because they're going to do pajamas, and we're going to have a dance party, and we have lots and lots of birthday books to read to friends that we never got to through the year. So that's exciting. There are like 8 books I think we've made this week. So they're looking forward to hearing their birthday book. I didn't forget anyone's birthday. We just didn't always get the birthday books put together, because the books consist of a page made by each child in the class. So sometimes we just did not have the time to make the books when the child actually had the birthday. So they still got their little birthday treat bag from me, and their birthday straw, and their little sticker, and we sang happy birthday to them and all that good stuff. They just didn't get their book read to them because we didn't have time to do the pages, so we caught that up this week. So that'll be good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we're going to catch up. I finally remembered to pick up my little tags that I'm putting on my goodbye buckets. Picked those up at lunch today that have been sitting up on the color printer for a couple days. I'm glad they were still there. So I can put those together. And then it'll probably be time to go home. And I don't have after school duty today. Yay, I'm so excited, so I can get some more things cleaned up in my room. I'm trying to purge and donate and throw away as much as I can, because I probably have enough things for 4 teachers. And if you're a teacher, you know that you have all this awesome stuff in your room. You're like, oh, this is going to be really cool. This is going to be really cool. And you just can't get to it all because there's just not enough time. It takes longer through the year. As you get farther and farther into the year, the lessons take longer and longer to teach because they're more complex and they build upon the things you've taught before. So you just don't have as much time to do extra things. You have to stick more with the whatever program you're doing. I always try to add in a little extra things to the math and the science and all that. But there's only so much time in a day, so you just can do what you can do. And sometimes there are projects you just don't get to, and it's kind of sad. But I think I need to be very ruthless and just go through things and tell myself, hey, I haven't used this in 4 years. I'm probably not going to use it, and get rid of it. And I'm really bad about printing out units that I get from TpT so I can look at them like a hard copy. I don't need a hard copy of that. It's on the computer. It's saved on my computer. It's also saved in the TpT files on their cloud drive or whatever they use. So it's still available no matter if I have a printout or not. So I need to be really ruthless about that and purge my paper, because paper is taking over my world and there's just not enough room to hold all that stuff. And I can get into my closet now that I'm able to walk, and I'll make a blog about that too, or maybe a video, how it is to teach on a knee scooter for almost a year, half of a year last year and most of the year this year. I'll let you know how that went. I was unable to walk on my right foot, and I will go into that more in my video that I do about that. But yeah, so you can imagine what my closet must look like if I was not able to get into it. I just basically put things on the floor and shut the door. So there is no floor that you can see in there right now, which is terrible. So I will clean that out and let you know what it looks like when it's all clean. So I have lots of things I need to do. So I will talk to you later. Goodbye. Hi friends. It's the end of the day, Thursday. I'm home. My plans are to grade the tests I gave today and put them in the grade card and be finished with that. And then I've got my outfit getting de-wrinkled in the dryer right now. Tomorrow's pajama day. I didn't want to wear pajamas though, so I got some yoga pants ready and a little t-shirt and a little jacket thing because it'll be cool in the morning and warm in the afternoon, so I'll cover that and some slippers, and I'll be all comfy just like the kids, and we'll have a good day tomorrow, just a fun, relaxing day. I got some ice cream at the store and some ice cream cones so we can have a little ice cream party too. They don't know about that, so that'll be a fun surprise for them to see. And it should be a really relaxing, fun day. I don't have to really accomplish anything other than keeping things together and not letting them kill each other or me. So that's a pretty big goal sometimes. If you can accomplish that, you've had a good day. They're very excited about the end of the year things, and we started our memory books I had mentioned earlier. And there was one page that was all about me, and I hadn't really looked at the memory books terribly closely to see exactly every page that was in there, so I didn't know what all they had to write about for each page, but some of the things were like the funniest thing my teacher ever did, and the coolest thing that she taught me, and I thought that was so sweet. And they would come over and go, "What's the funniest thing you ever did?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, I'm kind of silly." And they're like, yeah, when you do those voices. And then, of course, I start talking in silly voices and saying, like, "Oh, whatever do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't do silly voices." And they were like, "It's fun. You're doing it right now." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy." And they just, erupted into giggles, and it was really, really fun. We had a good time. It was amazing, after I gave the last test, how much I physically felt better. Like all the stress just left my body. It just went right out. And I just felt so much calmer and so much more relaxed and so much freer and so relieved. And I'm sure the kids felt the same way, because I'm sure that they can feel the tension that us teachers feel too. Even though we try not to be frazzly around them and stressed, we are. And we give off that vibe. And I'm sure that that affects their behavior, which then we feed off them and they feed off us. And it can be a vicious cycle. And we just have a really bad day because of it. But all the stress is gone now, yay, as far as testing. There's still a lot to do, but it's not anything like that. That's a different kind of stress than like cleaning and putting things away and packing things up and stuff like that. And the kids can help me with all of that, and they love to do that. I started cleaning out my classroom library today, getting rid of like torn up magazines that were missing pages. I threw them away. I got my class books all organized in a nice, neat stack inside the bin. And I relabeled bins that I don't know what happened to the labels. I don't know if they ate them or they took them home or if they fell off and went under the bookshelf. I always find a lot of interesting treasures when I move my bookshelves around at the end of the year when I'm cleaning. They're on rolls. They're on wheels. Yes, I can speak. Whew. They're on wheels. There we go. And you can roll them around. And so there's a little gap between the bottom of the bookshelf and the floor, otherwise they wouldn't roll very well. And so I find, always I find crayons and pencils and things like that. But sometimes I've found some very strange things. So I'll have to show you what is under there. I'm sure there are families of bunnies, not just little baby dust bunnies, but like generations probably of dust bunnies from the year that have grown up under there. So that will be fun. There's just a lot of ick, like dirt and dust and stuff in my classroom that I just want to clean out. The custodians do a fabulous job during the summer, like totally scouring our classrooms, because they have to take everything out of the room. Everything. Bookshelves, furniture, rugs, just anything you can think of, desks, chairs, tables, whatever. Anything that's on the floor comes off, because we have tile floors and they strip them and wax them every year. They also clean our windows, they clean our countertops, our sinks, they dust our blinds, they just scour everything, and it's so pretty and shiny and wonderful and new feeling when you've come in after the summer, so you can start putting things back together. And I will show you that when the time is near. I do a lot of things in the summer to prepare for the next year. I've already got some of the things started in my room, and I showed you on one of my other vlogs the other day the pineapple banner that I've printed out already and had laminated. I just need to cut it. And my birthday book covers for next year are ready. I'm also thinking about all the other things I need to print out for next year because the copier, you know, you don't want to be in a line because everybody has to copy everything at the beginning of the year. And I generally do that during summer school at the end of the day when I just stay like an hour or two to do that kind of stuff and organize. But I'm not teaching summer school this year. However, I am going to go in during summer school and clean out my room and purge, throw away, donate, pawn off on other people, whatever it takes to get it out of there and into someone's hands that can use it. And so I'll be making lots of copies and preparing things during that time. So that will be good. And then maybe I'll be pretty ready for back to school. Of course, I always come up with all these things at the very last minute that I find super cool on Pinterest, TpT things that I want to try that I didn't think of before. And so I'm always like scrambling to get those things ready. But that's, you know, just the way it goes because you get inspired and you run with it. And of course, you know, I always have to reinvent the wheel every year and do new things. There are some standard favorite things that I like to do every year and the kids love. But I like to mix it up too because I feel like if I'm excited, my kids will be excited. And then my hair is being really crazy today. If you're excited, the kids will be excited too. And if you're not excited, they feel it and they just feel like, why are we doing this? She doesn't even want to do it. You know, so you have to have some enthusiasm for what you're doing too. Otherwise, they don't understand and they don't buy into it and they don't want to do it either. So something to think about. So if you really, really hate something, try to find a way to make it workable. And if not love it, then maybe like it a little bit, like tweak it some or add something to it or switch it around. There I go, not talking again. Think outside the box and just try to make it fun. I don't remember what it was like to be 6 most of the time, but I do try to think of what would be more fun for a kid. How could I make this more fun? You know, some lessons just are not super exciting just because of what they are, like basic skills practice and things like that. But you can make it more fun by how you do it. So something to think about, and I will chat with you later. Bye. Good morning. It's Friday, May 19th, and we're getting ready to head to school. Today should be a super fun day. We're going to try to finish some things up in the classroom, get things taken down off the walls, get the kids' portfolios started putting together, finish up our memory books, have a little bit of fun with a PJ party and a dance party, and then go home and have a restful weekend so we can make it the last day and a half of school next week. So I will talk to you later when I get to school. Bye. I just wanted to show you what I was working on to give to my other first grade teachers. We have 6 other first grade teachers, and also our reading specialist and our counselor. So I've got like a lemon themed bag here. And I have found these cute little tags on Pinterest. So let's have an easy peasy lemon squeezy summer. And I found some little lemonade packets that you can put in a water bottle. And some cute little lemon sanitizers. And these were in Walmart in like their little travel section, I guess, kind of in the middle of the store over by the checkouts. So they had all kinds of like 97-cent things there. That was cool. And then I've made some lemon sugar body scrub that we did for our mamas for Mother's Day. I made some for my friends too. And this comes from Reagan, Tunstall. So if you want to check out her TpT store, I can try to link it below so you can find this. And the labels, I believe she put on her website, tunstallsteachingtidbits.com, if you want to check that out. But I thought that was super cute. And I will try to get these all packaged up while my kiddos are at recess. And oh my goodness, they have been so loud today. So loud, they are so excited. But we will make it. It is Friday, and I can do anything to get to the end of Friday. So I will talk to you later. Hi, I'm home from school on Friday. We survived the day. The kids were very loud, which is why my voice is kind of hoarse, because I had to use my louder teacher voice just to get their attention so they could quiet down enough for me to use my normal teacher voice. So I'm a little hoarse. We had lunch bunch today in our classroom, which was fun. I had been telling them all week that I was looking for responsible, respectful friends to invite to lunch bunch, and that some of them may not be invited if they continued what they were doing. And out of 21 students, I had 1 student gone today, so 20 students today. I only invited 10, so the other 10 were very sad. And I heard from the 10 that were invited that some of the other ones were very sad and they cried. So that was sad, but it's almost like a sorry, not sorry kind of a thing because they were reminded every day this week that I was looking for lunch bunch people and I was looking for people that were doing what they were supposed to be doing and were being responsible and respectful while they did it. And some of them just weren't. And so that was kind of a hard lesson. But I did tell them later, I reminded them that on Monday that we would all be having a picnic lunch together after sports day. So that made them feel a little bit better. Plus this afternoon during Friday Fun Club, we cleaned up a little early so we could have ice cream sundaes. I had told them that I had brought them an extra treat today and that we would have fun together in the afternoon, and so they were looking forward to that. So that was good. So our Friday ended very nicely. That was a sweet treat that we had together, just one little tiny scoop of ice cream and a little bit of ice cream topping. Not a big deal, won't spoil their dinner, but just a little fun thing for us to do together. Monday is sports day, and so we'll go to the high school field, and I talked about this the other day, but we'll do some sporting events, and then we'll have a picnic lunch at our building, and then the afternoon we'll be putting together our portfolios, and maybe if we have a little bit of time, we might pop in a magic school bus or something so we can just relax and just kind of spend the rest of the afternoon being calm. Then Tuesday's a half day, so I'll be sending home the rest of their things that didn't get sent home on Monday, and they'll get their goodbye buckets and a few books that they can read over the summer, and I'll say goodbye to them, and that'll be it. And then teachers have a meeting, like the retirees are being honored, and they always feed us lunch at the high school. The cooks at the high school are wonderful, so we'll have a nice yummy lunch, and we'll wrap up our year with a little meeting in the auditorium, and then we can begin the checkout process of coming out of our rooms for the summer, which I'm not worried about getting out of there that day. We have to come back Wednesday too for a breakfast celebration, and we can check out that day too, and so I'm not even worried about checking out really at all because I have so much cleaning to do since I was unable to get into my closet for almost a year. So I have a lot of things I want to do before I'm like officially out of my classroom for the summer. So I've got about a month before I need to worry about being out of my room, which I'm hoping it doesn't take that long, but I do have that option. When I come back from the choir and band trip from Florida, then during summer school, the 3 weeks of summer school, I could definitely go in there and not have to worry about being creeped out by being alone in the building because they have the lights shut off so to save energy during summer. So it's a little weird when the hallway lights are not on. It just kind of feels creepy. So I'll be doing a lot of cleaning, and I'll just bring you along for the ride because I'm sure you're thrilled to see all the messes that I've got to clean up, but I'm going to keep it real so you can see what it's really like. All right, so that was my week all wrapped up. I got most everything taken down off the walls so I can get their portfolios put together on Monday. I grabbed the crayons from the first grade closet that I had saved back from them for them from the beginning of the year, so I can put those in their goodbye buckets among some other things. I got their activity books slash skills practice books for the summer copied and stapled, ready to go. And I have their mechanical pencils standing by and their little buckets, of course, you saw on the floor of my classroom. Can't wait to get those out of there. And a few other miscellaneous things I'll throw in there for fun. So they'll have some things that they can take home on Tuesday. I reminded them today to please bring their backpacks on Monday and Tuesday because they would be taking things home. And we need a receptacle for those things. So hopefully they will remember and bring their backpacks both days so they can take things home. Got some little treats I can put in there too because I've got some ons and ends from math lessons and whatnot for the year. So that'll be good. So that was my week. I hope you had a great week and I hope you have a great weekend. And I will talk to you later. Bye.